When I moved 3 years ago from Dallas, Texas to Wooster, Ohio, I have to admit, I wasn't too worried about finding things to do. I'm kind of what you might call a homebody. But this year, the Office of Admissions kindly told me to get a life, so I decided to find out more about the lovely town of Wooster. My first stop was the Everything Rubbermaid store in the historic downtown area. The Rubbermaid company is an important part of the town's history since it merged with Worcester's own rubber company in 1934. After being greeted by a jazz band that had set up in the parking lot, I set off inside to see what I could find. Inside, there are 4 floors of various Rubbermaid products. So really, it has everything you could ever want or need. It made for a day of pretty fun exploring. As a college student, storage is always of the utmost priority, so I highly recommend coming here for all your storage needs. Cleaning products. Let's see what else we got. Bye, thank you. The next day I woke up far too early for a Saturday so I could finally catch the downtown farmers market. I'm currently on my way to find the farmers market here in downtown Wooster. It's hosted every Saturday morning from 7 in the morning until 12 p.m. and there's live music from 9 a.m. to 11. So, it's supposed to be pretty cool. Haven't seen it before, so we'll find out. I was super excited to see what lay in store and also finally understood why it was called Market Street. Aside from fresh fruits, veggies, and homegrown organic products, the Wooster Farmers Market creates a real sense of community that you can be a part of while you watch street performers and talk to local vendors. I was able to catch one of these vendors during a lull and ask her about her business, Harvest Hills Skincare.
Okay, my name is Deb Gray, and I live in Wooster, well, technically Wooster, out towards Apple Creek. I raise dairy goats. I've got about 24 of them right now. They're my babies. I love them all. Some are more creative than others and make things challenging, but it's fun. I've been doing dairy goats for about 15 years, and shortly after I started with them, somebody introduced me to the goat milk soap. And I tried that, and I loved it. I was very impressed with it, that my skin came clean and felt good. So I started making it as a way to help pay for my goat habit. And so after a year or so of making the soap, I decided that I wanted to add some lotion. So we kind of kept evolving after that. And so now I've got the goat milk products. I still have all my goats, and that's about it.
I was #way too hype about my haul from the farmer's market and super excited to try some of this goat milk skincare for myself. I left knowing that I'd be back the next Saturday. Oh my god, is this here? Is this real? Oh my god. The Wayne Center for the Arts, a town center separate from the college, boasts a boutique where local artisans can sell their work, as well as a gallery space to display artwork made by the townspeople. The gallery rotates every month, and I had the singular honor of seeing a collection of quilts made by a 95-year-old resident of Wooster. The center also hosts classes and workshops throughout the year, including a summer series. As a theater major and lover of the arts, I might have cried a few happy tears. Wooster's Ride On Bike Shop sponsors group rides for cyclists of all abilities on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Although riders must supply their own bikes and helmets for these rides, Ride On has a wide selection of gear and is a full-service shop so they can equip anyone from the beginner to the aspiring pro. They offer 10% off of bikes and 15% off accessories for college students, so take your Cal card once you get it. Located right across the street, another gem, Local Roots. Local Roots connects the town to local farmers. They specialize in local, healthy, all-natural food, produce, and products. Their menu changes every week, so it's never the same. They host events for all ages, including a walk-in club on Saturdays and regular seminars on healthy eating. They even have an art shop in the back for work made by local artists. My next stop was Larry's Music Center, where I was determined to lay a mystery to rest. The mystery machine has been here since before I came to Wooster, so I was determined to find out how and why it got here. The owner himself didn't actually know the story, but let me hang out with his dog, whom he jokingly called Scooby. Please note that's not actually the dog's name. I was, however, invited to hang out until the employee who did know the story came back, so I took the opportunity to explore. My grandpa would love to play some country songs on one of these. Turns out there's no mystery behind the mystery machine. It's simply good advertising. Before leaving, I made sure to grab some selfies. Hungry, I headed for my next destination. The Green Leaf Restaurant. A diner-style restaurant, I took a quick look over the lunch menu and decided to try the baked potato. It was delicious. I said goodbye to the Greenleaf and hello to Templetons Scottish Bakery and Coffee House. Templetons is the newest of Worcester's coffee houses and is owned by a Scotsman who fits right in with the school's heritage.
My name's Stuart Templeton. I'm originally from a little town called Kilmarnock, just outside Glasgow in Scotland. My wife is from Ohio, and she came to Glasgow to study, and she really liked Scotland, so she stayed for 10 years. And then we wanted a bit of change and a bit of adventure, which brought us to Ohio. And then we came to Wooster for the day and fell in love with it, and fell in love with the downtown because it's such a historic downtown with lots of different businesses and unique things going on, and so many events that we wanted to be a part of that. And we came to the US in April 2015 and opened Templeton's Scottish Bakery and Coffee House in October of 2015. Back in Scotland, on our days off, we used to go to different coffee shops, and that's what we like to do on our days off, and go and have a cup of coffee or tea and a pastry. That's still the places we like to spend our time, so we thought what better business to work in is somewhere you want to be on your days off. So we just thought we would something that we from experience knew what we liked and what kind of place we would like to hang out, so we wanted to create something that other people might want to hang out. Templetons is all about really good coffee, specialty teas, and unique pastries, most of which are old family recipes from Scotland. Basically, we've tried to create a same sort of place as you would find in Scotland.
Brilliant. I passed by another option, Templetons Hungarian Pastry, on my way to another coffee shop, Gathering Grounds. The coffee house offers lots of events as well as pastries that are homemade and gluten-free. The slogan, where coffee meets community. I was able to have a chat with the owners.
We are Marty and Steve Klobach, owners of the Gathering Grounds Coffee House. Steve came first, and I moved to Worcester because of him. It was the first time I'd ever moved for love and not for a job.
Lucky guy, huh?
I am a sociologist, and I had been a professor of sociology at a number of colleges and universities. And I came here feeling a bit adrift, that I did not have a role in the community. I knew I wanted to be more involved in the community of Wooster, and also continue to be involved with faculty and especially with students that I loved to work with so much. And that's why, in part, our moniker is where coffee meets community, and that's very much the philosophy that we have and what we're about here.
We like to specialize in music, number one. That was the draw that I had. Did some sets here with my acoustic 12-string guitar and worked a little with Josh Krajik. So this was like a familiar place, but very much a different place now because it had been changed from an old bar back into a coffee house again. So having roots playing in coffee houses was very much an attraction.
We've had poetry readings. We have the artwork of customers and local artists hanging on our walls. So we've offered this as a gallery space for anybody who wants to come and participate. We've had events for even little ones. We're probably best known in that for having held a Princess Tea Party as a special fundraiser for the Children's Miracle Network.
We're fortunate to have a College of Wooster musician. Her name is Kimberly McDonough. She was the most fantastic electric violinist that I've ever seen. We had Kimberly playing, and they played Frozen for the little girls, and they all loved it. We're continuing, being interested in providing more and more events this year.
We have chess clubs that come together from the college and the town who play here on Sundays and have tournaments. They come and work on their senior projects here, and as a researcher and writer, I try to help them out wherever I can. And basically, we just want to continue to be a gathering ground for people both in the college and in the community as a whole.
Before I left, though, there was one more character left to meet.
This is Teddy. Teddy is a service dog, and he is very gentle with everyone who comes in. Part of his job is that he is to greet everybody who comes in. He has his own cookie jar here, so people love to come in and give him treats. And he's wonderful with babies, with children, with people with disabilities who may be in wheelchairs or on walkers. He's very accommodating and helpful to everybody. And he definitely is the bigger draw to the gathering grounds.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy, Daddy? I'm on the job. After saying goodbye to the love of my life, I continued my adventure downtown. On to my next stop, my first ever class in aerial yoga. While more advanced acrobats use silk, the fabric used in this class can still hold up to 400 pounds. I soon found a move that made me feel like a natural. Later, of course, we moved on to some more complicated techniques. Isn't this supposed to be relaxing? It was. Refreshed and rejuvenated, I ran off to continue my adventure. On my way out, I passed the other yoga studio on the main street. Continuing my search for Zen, I found myself at the OARDC's Arboretum, specifically at the Garden of Roses of Legend and Romance. I have to say, I really like what I found. Turns out that's not even the whole Arboretum, but the rest of it was booked for a wedding, so I enjoyed the Garden of Roses all the same. My next stop was Friedlander Park, which had somehow escaped my attention during all my years of Walmart runs. The park is home to hiking trails, a fishing lake, playgrounds, a swimming pool, and even an observatory.
Ain't that a park thing if you ever seen one? What's down here? What? That looks pretty.
It was on this trail that I was stopped by 3 young men who wanted to know if I was playing Pokemon Go. And I truly feel that that in and of itself is a hidden gem of Wooster. It didn't take long to find a black squirrel. Then I was on my way to the next location, Christmas Run Park. Ohio is home to beautiful Midwestern skies, vast stretches of land, and lots of room for activities, such as All that physical activity gave me a hankering for some ice cream. And while some of our students have a strong preference for Hartzler's Family Dairy,
I just want Hartzlers. They've got chocolate milk and other milk. Just give them Hartzlers.
I myself am a girl on a budget, so I headed over to Gurn Heights Drive-In. I'm here at Gurn Heights Drive-In where you can get a huge root beer float for just $4, but I swung for the Kit Kat Flurry this time. Very cheap ice cream, very good, highly recommended. Sitting outside this drive-in with a Kit Kat Flurry in hand reminded me of why I fell in love with Ohio in the first place. The beautiful landscapes, the new experiences, the local flavors, and all the stories to be told. This project really made me remember why I'm proud to call Ohio my second home. And at the end of the day, I even fell in love.
She wants to go on a date with me. Well, I just want Hartzlers. Asking about some world peace. No, I'll just take Hartzlers. Solve the conflict in the Middle East. Yeah, just give them Hartzlers. I don't need a Thanksgiving feast. No, I just want Hartzlers.